Hi, this is Fran Mensch. I wanted to talk to you just briefly about my concerns about the top of the hill. We all have our own reasons for being for or against the top of the hill, but I wanted to share with you what mine were, and hoping that it'll spur you to action. So my concerns are primarily three. The trust that we have in the people who made the decision and the decision makers, my concerns about that, my concerns about the project period, and my concerns about paying for it, the finances behind it. Number one, the area top of the hill, which is at the one end of the Cedar Fairmount retail area. That area and all areas in Cleveland Heights need attention. They need development. We even need new housing in Cleveland Heights for sure. So that's not the issue. The issue is this is the wrong project. And a wrong project is very harmful. It's more harmful than no project. Okay, so first of all, trust in the people that made the decision. Probably all very well intentioned. Nobody wants to make a mistake, but you should remember these are the same people. Top of the hill is really about Severance. These are the same people who made the decision in which the former Oakwood Country Club, which could have been a park, could have been a metro park because Trust for Public Land worked with the citizens for Oakwood. They optioned the property. They went to Cleveland Heights City Hall to talk about how they could help them with this option, move toward purchasing the former Oakwood Country Club and then having it managed by Metro Parks. This was very workable. This is how cities do it all the time. Our city leaders, most of whom are still in power, elected officials and otherwise, literally turned their backs, would not talk to Trust for Public Land. Okay, so we've been trying, it sent our city into a trajectory we're probably not going to recover from a generation. But okay, so they made a mistake. But they never acknowledged it, and they've really, they are desperately moving forward, trying to generate now income. Much of it was lost because of the problems with Severance, which they created by their poor decision. God love them. Okay, so this is really, there's no reason to trust these individuals to make the right financial or land use decision. There's no basis. These are the same people who try to privatize your water. So keep that in mind. Again, well-intentioned, God love them, not whatever, but do not trust them. You are trusting them because you think that because they're in positions of power that they know best. That is not necessarily true. They've been very swayed by understandably, by the people who own the buildings at Cedar Fairmount. There's a special improvement district there. Most of the people who own the buildings do not live in the area. One of the owners actually lives in Michigan. That's what we've been told. So just remember they have a lot of money though, and they have been able to persuade and push along this project. Okay, so that's why you shouldn't trust them. Track record. Also, okay, so what's the problem with the project itself? Number one, it's 10 stories high, over, I think, 250 apartment buildings. So you're going to have a 10-story building shoved in that corner and wrapped around the Burlington condominiums. Until you see the project on paper, you will not believe me. Please go to the Cleveland Heights city website and look at that. You won't believe it. You'll think nobody would ever do that. Nobody would push that, wrap that building around that area, unless we were like in Boston or Manhattan. I mean, it is, for those of you Winnie the Pooh fans out there, they've smushed this building into such a small area. It is the definition of a wedged bear in a great tightness. Okay, so that's the problem. If there had been 5 stories, okay, go for it. Whatever. But 10 stories, all those apartment buildings, we have no reason to think that the market will fill those buildings with the renters that they have in mind. They're doing a lot of magical thinking, mostly the city, but also the people behind it and the developers doing a lot of magical thinking, fantasizing that this is going to work. But if you look at the numbers they're basing it on, I believe every single one of those 250 apartments having a household income of $77,000 in order to generate the income tax to make this project go, those people are going to have to earn $77,000. Every single one of them, one bedroom, whatever, $77,000. Okay, so the numbers don't work. You can dig into that yourself. Basically, the numbers don't work. The part that does need help over there, like I say, is around the Zoss Bakery. That part of that street is kind of oddly configured. Again, nope, no, whatever. But I'd be happy to pay to incentivize to have that look different or to have a smaller building. But not for this particular project, which is an issue. Okay, the other thing is It's so highly incentivized. This is one of the most valuable pieces of land in Cleveland Heights, right? But they have it, so it should sell itself. The market should adjust to that. They're building other things around there. It's so highly incentivized. You can see that the city is using our money to chase a developer and then to pretty much concede to whatever I think he's demanded. But so what are the incentives? They gave the developer the land. They're leasing it to him. Well, if you lease the land, you don't have to pay the taxes on it because you're not the owner. They've given them $1.85 million. They've guaranteed them that. Plus, we've given them a TIF. So land, outright gift, $1.85 million, and then this TIF, which is going to let them use most of what money would go to the school district is going to go to their debt payment. But it's all head-spinningly confusing. But the finances can only work on this fantasy that they have conjectured, and with our money. Use my money for something that's going to be more functional, that we actually need, more attractive aesthetically. It's going to help that area. One thing that will help, they're going to build a parking garage. Who doesn't love a parking garage? So I'm all for that. I think that could help that area. And I can see incentivizing that and paying for that. Okay. The other thing is, nobody likes taxes, right? Citizens are all notorious. Oh, my money, my taxes. But actually, it's becoming a real problem in Cleveland Heights. It isn't just that we don't like to spend our money on these public projects. It's actually getting to the point where I believe we have another school levy coming up. I think it actually is having impact on the market for our housing. I am concerned about that. So the money, it is a big issue. I'd like it to be used again on something that would help create some kind of economic benefit, even the parking garage. The other thing is, if you don't like this project, the particular project, the aspects of it, which there's enough negatives, I feel there's enough negatives for it to be halted and the plan reconfigured. But if you don't like it, you should know you're not alone. It's gonna awkward because I have this camera like this. But our committee's been collecting petitions. We have over 1,000 signatures. I gotta put this down. We have over 1,000 signatures. How am I going to do this? I'm so stupid. We have over 1,000 signatures on these petitions, and we're going to be gathering more. So you're not alone in your concern about the project. Is it too late? It's awful darn late, but something could happen. If rich people contacting the city, all of us, it will all have an impact. But people with money, people in business, people in higher profiles, people primarily are connected to money. If they contact the city, I think they could have an impact. But, we all have to act. We all have to act. Do something. Call City Hall. Contact your city council member. Do something. In the past, as I said, I was very involved with Severance and the Oakwood, trying to stop the rezoning of the former Oakwood Country Club and having it turned into a metro park. We got this close because of Trust for Public Land, and the city turned our back on. Citizens do know what is best for their community. In that case and in others, citizens know what's best. Same with the privatization of water. We said, no, don't do that. We were right. We know what is good for our community. We have to be reasonable, but we know what is best for our community. They didn't listen the last time, and we should tell them they should listen now. The other thing is, our form of government's changed. Should they be really tying us with all this financial obligation when our form of government's going to change in 2 years? So anyway, please do something. Thanks for listening. Bye.